What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be giving a very important HBAR update. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
Now, first things first, I'm going to go over the fundamentals and tokenomics of HBAR for those of you guys that don't know. So HBAR is currently trading at a price point of just under 5 cents. It has a market cap of 1.6 billion, which ranks 30th among all cryptocurrencies. And it has a max supply of 50 billion with a circulating supply of 33.1 billion, which is about 66% in circulation. Now, HBAR reached its all-time high back in the 2021 bull market of 57 cents and is down 91% since then. And then if you guys are looking to invest in HBAR, I recommend using Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin. I think those are the 3 easiest centralized exchanges to use. So Hedera is the most used, sustainable, enterprise-grade public network for the decentralized economy that allows individuals and businesses to create powerful decentralized applications. So essentially, Hedera Hashgraph is a layer 1 project, although they do not run on blockchain. Instead, they run on Hashgraph, which is a newer technology that was created back in 2016 to have faster transaction speeds and higher throughputs. And now the number one thing I want to point out about this is that they are enterprise grade. A lot of layer 1 projects these days are just built for a little bit of retail investment. Hedera is built to handle billions of transactions every single day. They're built for large money, large institutions, which in my opinion makes them a perfect candidate for mainstream adoption. On top of that, Hedera is also one of 8 cryptocurrencies that are rumored to be ISO 20022 compliant. This is huge because it allows them to integrate within the entire financial sector, working alongside central banks with cross-border payments. And naturally, that's going to give Hedera Hashgraph a certain credibility that most projects do not have. And Hedera Hashgraph has 2 founders, Dr. Lehman Baird and Mance Harmon. If you're looking to invest in Hedera Hashgraph, I highly recommend you go and watch these guys interview. They are both extremely intelligent and they complement each other very well. They are both very good at different aspects. So now we'll get into a little bit of technical analysis. So if you look at Hedera Hashgraph on the daily time frame, the first thing you guys may notice is that I had Hedera Hashgraph drawn in a falling wedge, which then broke up, and had you guys taken that trade, you guys could have made 61% gains. And I know in cryptocurrency that doesn't sound like a lot, but the reality is that we are in a bear market right now, and the average return on the stock market is 10% in a year. So that would mean that we made in 1 month what the stock market makes in 6 years, which is actually incredible gains. And if you guys do enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. I have made many profitable calls during this bear market, and I will continue calling out projects that I believe could be profitable in the future. So stay tuned. Now it is cool because I've actually called HBAR twice in a row. If you go back to my previous video, you can see HBAR was trading over 6 cents. However, I talked about how price action swung from a higher high to a lower high, and the RSI swung from a lower high to a higher high, which was Class A bearish divergence. I then said that that typically signals a local top has been reached, and it played out perfectly. And now you could argue that HBAR is potentially forming a falling wedge, which break up 68% of the time, and it has a measured move to just over 7 cents. Now, due to the extremely oversold stochastics and the extremely oversold RSI, there's actually a pretty decent chance that this does break to the upside. And on top of that, if you look at price action, it swings from a lower low to a higher low. If you look at the RSI, it swings from a higher low to a lower low. That is Class A bullish divergence. Typically, that signals a local bottom has been reached. And then if you pull a Fibonacci, you can see HBAR is currently trading on the 786, which is also typically a great accumulation zone. So if I'm being honest right now, I think Hedera looks fantastic on the daily time frame, and this is a trade that I personally might be getting into, but obviously that's not financial advice. Do what's best for you. And you also have to keep in mind that Hedera Hashgraph and most other cryptocurrencies are tied to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rises, most will rise. If Bitcoin falls, most will fall. So now that being said, I'm going to show you guys Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And here's where things start to get a little bit sketchy, especially because I was just saying that Hedera looks fantastic on the daily time frame. Bitcoin, on the other hand, does not. It looks awful. So I'm going to start off by saying we had that initial drop August 17th. And it's fascinating because I had been calling for a drop for a long time due to the 21-day crossing beneath the 50-day moving average, which created a death cross. And I went back in Bitcoin's history, and pretty much every time we had a death cross, we had a drop. So it was no surprise to me that we did drop. Now, there are a lot of people that say this drop was due to SpaceX liquidating their Bitcoin, which is certainly possible, but it also aligns with the death cross. Now, that being said, we we have had another death cross. The 21-day broke beneath the 200-day moving average. And in Bitcoin's history, this has typically been a more violent drop than the previous one, coupled with the fact that price action is trading beneath all of the moving averages. That's also very bearish. Now, if you just straight up ignore this fake out candle, you could still argue that Bitcoin is trading in a potential bear flag, which break down 68% of the time, and it has a measured move down to about 22,400. And due to the fact that we have overbought stochastics and the RSI started to push up and we didn't hardly move, I wouldn't be shocked if this does play out. Now, the only indicator that I am seeing on Bitcoin's daily time frame that gives me any hope at all is if you look at price action, it swings from a lower low to a higher low, and then a lower low to a higher low. If you look at the RSI, it swings from a higher low to a lower low, and a higher low to a lower low. Those are two massive Class A bullish divergences. Typically, that signals a local bottom has been reached. So unless that saves us or a major bullish event comes out for Bitcoin, I see us dropping. And for any of you guys that watch my channel consistently, you know that I typically lean bullish in crypto. I want to root for it because I believe in it long term. But the fact that I am extremely bearish on Bitcoin's daily time frame should tell you something. I am definitely expecting a drop. But again, I want to be crystal clear. Macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF were to get accepted or something along those lines, then that could skyrocket Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. On the contrary, if it gets rejected or something similar to SpaceX liquidating their Bitcoin happens, that could tank the entire crypto market. So just keep an open mind, realize that anything can happen, and I recommend you have a long-term outlook on crypto. As bearish as I am in the short term, I don't think this price action is going to mean anything 2 years from now. And now we'll get into some HBAR news. So if you guys go to token unlocks, I just want to show you that back on August 31st, there was 1.15 billion HBAR that got released into circulation. So that is also a potential reason that HBAR dropped. And in case you guys don't know what that means, if you go back to CoinMarketCap, I talked about how HBAR's circulating supply was 33.1 billion. Now, I don't know if this is updated yet. If it hasn't, then the circulating supply might go up to about 34.3 billion. Now, I will acknowledge the fact that they do seem to release supply every single time HBAR is pumping, and I've come to realize that that bothers a lot of people. But the question I want to ask you guys, would you rather them release supply when we have a little pump during a bear market, or would you rather them be releasing supply at the peak of the bull market when everything is skyrocketing? To me, the answer is simple. I would much rather them dilute the supply right now, as this is a perfect time to accumulate HBAR, and then you can have your bag set for when it explodes during the bull market. Now, the next thing I want to point out is Hedera's total transactions. They're almost at 20 billion. That is incredible. Now, if you guys come over to Metrica, you can see just within the last 1 year, Hedera has had 17.33 billion transactions. That is huge growth within 1 year. For any of you guys that are super caught up on Hedera's price action right now, just look at the fundamentals. I have never seen a project grow at this rapid of a pace. And now we'll get into some recent news. So if you come over to Hedera's Twitter, they have 305,000 followers. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is the Hedera network is architecting a platform built to represent all of the global value in tokenization. Everything you look at, touch, and feel that has value, represented by tokens. And this video is already getting a little bit long, so I won't show you guys what Mance Harmon said, but if you get a chance, I recommend you come over here and listen to what he has to say. And then the next thing is that Hedera is proud to be sponsoring Permissionless 2 this month in Austin, Texas, joining fellow Web3 projects and 7,000 plus crypto enthusiasts. Our team will be spreading the good word of Hashgraph over the weekend. So if you guys are anywhere near Austin, Texas, you guys may want to consider tuning into this event. But it's just a great thing to see Hedera is continuing to grow. They're continuing to get their name out there. And now the last image I want you guys to see is the Hedera ecosystem. Again, price action can do whatever it's going to do in the short term, but do not lose your long-term outlook on Hedera. They have become massive, from their governing council, which has Google, IBM, UCL, LG, all kinds of huge connections, to their enterprise applications, wallets and custodians, grants and accelerators, industry associations. Just understand Hedera is not going anywhere. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think HBAR could go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.